What is going on, guys? And I had a few videos to upload, actually 4. You're gonna see quite a bit uploaded tonight with dates because I have been a little bit late on uploading. I keep forgetting every night. It's been busy, so but I'm gonna start with the lilac. I'm gonna do a spring snow, daylily, juniper, and lilac update. So yeah, but this year, there's some serious wilting going on. I think it's just due to all the bloom heads, but you can see now they're a lot higher up. See that there? I can't even reach it now. It used to be down in front of my face. So they are losing most of their blooms. Let's see. If we look back here, look at that. You can see they're brown heads now. So they haven't lost the heads. They'll probably do that soon. So you can see how the new growth coming in. The old growth is a little wilted on this one in particular. I think it's just, it had a show this year of blooms more than ever. And actually more than a lot of lilacs in town too, for the smaller bush it is, and the half bush it is. So, because it's across the fence, but yeah, I mean, we can take a look at those, the wilted leaves in there. If we take a look back, and this over here has little wilting mutations too. But look at it. The pink bush we once had is now brown, and this one bloomed later and lost all of its blooms later. This one here, it's like I said, it's using lots of energy because it bloomed earlier and matured, but it's still holding on to more blooms than that one. So it really set off a show this year. So it's gonna be interesting to see when all these heads fall off, probably early July to maybe halfway to mid-July, that all those heads fall off and it just becomes a green bush again. Because man, it'll be a different sight. You can see the side of this one like we've looked at before. It's just quite a bit browner now. Over here, I won't make this video too long. Over here, you can see they're starting to go back up finally, but they're still a little low. But now we got brown, which actually still looks nice. And I think those stay on there for a little bit. I think it's got to grow out of those heads, though. I don't know what happens there. I think they just fall off and it starts growing. If we take a look from the real side, see that? Look at that. Amazing. So that's the daylily. Or I'm sorry, the lilac. You can see it's definitely losing its blooms there. Alrighty, but it's still not full green plant. So let's take a look at the spring snow. Alrighty, so here's the spring snow, and it's growing so good. Very great. I've noticed the lower branches actually have more growth than the top. It is normal. It's using more energy at the lower parts because it's closer to the roots. So if you do take a look at that, look at all the new growth on the plant. Some are less than others, just natural. Like this one's got a teeny bit, and that one's got a lot. I don't know what that causes it, but look at that. Look at all the growth already. From the base to the top, that's all new growth. I mean, it goes all the way up the tree. At the top, it's a little less intense, but there's still new growth the whole way up, as you can see. And everything is equally green, especially except the lush new tips. Those are always a little bit more kind of brownish color, or kind of not brownish, yellowish as they mature. But look at that. I like how it's so low. I'm gonna keep that, I think, when I prune this. It helps it shade the trunk as well. But it is getting a big tree, guys. I'm starting to not be able to fit it in the frame. It has grown so much since we first put it in. When we first put it in, I didn't even have the channel. It was in 2023, the beginning of that year. I think I might have covered it that fall, but I'm gonna have to put it in the 0.5 just to get it in. But look at the tree there. Wow. You can see that the bottom is very full. It needs a prune. And the top is not as full because it's trying to put more growth into the bottom, which is typical as they mature. You'll notice that they'll want to be kind of like that. So, but yeah, so much new growth, and I bet it's gonna look real nice at the end of the season. See, the bottom has a lot of leaves. The top does as well. Has many leaves in them with all the flowers were. These put on quite a show for flowers as well. The leaves are also big. This plant gets full sun all day long. And so, yeah, but you can see some of these are very vigorous. Look at that. And look at some of these bottom ones. Look at the growth. This was all last season. So this is a crazy tree, especially at the bottom. It's put on a lot of growth. And the sun kind of gets you at some angles. Makes it look a little different. But if you look at it like from here, look at that. It's all equal, everything. So it's an amazing tree. It's thickened significantly, the trunks. See, that's the central leader stem right here on the plant. So it looks like it was lopped and then one's growing out of it. Kind of the same as the aspen tree in the other area. But it goes up to the leader of the tree there. So and it's got vigorous growth as well. So yeah, that's that. That's the spring snow flowering crabapple tree. And so for the juniper. This is just starting to place a little bit of growth. I mean, you can see the ends of that lush, nice blue color. It's soft growth. You actually don't get stabbed going like that. But if we take a look, you can see it's got that nice, very nice color that it starts to get when it starts to grow like this. Look at the sides. It's a blue that you've just never could imagine any better. And oh man, look at that. Amazing plant. And we're trying to keep it pruned. It used to be a really small thing, but now it's quite large. But that's nice. If you look here, you can see all that's new growth. It was all level, pruned with a hedge pruner. So it's finally actually putting on a little growth. But I won't have much to report about that till probably early to mid to late July into August. So really August is when these things are going to start showing. These evergreens are a little different. So yeah, but that's going great there. The daylilies. The daylilies are looking really nice. As you can see this area. Every one of them is just extremely nice. Like, look at this one. Wow. And this area here. Look at that. We've actually had a couple blooms already on this one. And they're already starting. These are getting pretty large, so they kind of fall over. Especially in this area for some reason. But yeah, there's that area. This area right over here. We have a few blooms over here as well too, but these really don't fire up till mid-July, kind of early to mid-July there. But we do have a full bloom on this one. Look at that. Smells pretty fresh too. This is the biggest plant in the yard. It's huge. Huge. It actually doesn't grow in the middle, just the edges. It is a big plant. They're all getting pretty big, about 20 years old. This one, look at the show it's already firing up to put on. It might be earlier. Bloom season might be a little earlier this year. We've got to remember that. The spring snow here was out of blooming phase before it even started blooming last year. So that told me really what's going to be like this summer. So look at this. Look at the growth we've got putting on this plant already. I mean, that's something else right there. This one always produces like crazy. And same with this one. Let's see, it's got bloom heads all over, and we're not even done producing yet. Usually we don't even see these yet. So we're definitely ahead in the season. This one doesn't have any produced yet, or blooming yet, but they're producing. So, but they're all over. Look at them all. So this is gonna be a really good one. So let's take a good look at this one before it does, because that's all blooms, especially on this side there, and you got a few over here. So yeah, it's gonna be a big one. This one here has got a couple blooms. It's usually not as much, so it's so large it doesn't produce much blooms. It's one of the best ones though, especially to watch come in. It's a big, huge one. Look at that. That is a daylily. It takes a lot of years to get them that big, especially because these ones have never been divided. But you know, it's a good thing to do. We'll never divide these because we don't want to go digging them up and stuff, because they're already doing good. But you know, it's just it's huge, massive, really nice plant. These ones here too are producing some, but I guess we better start moving on here. We got a lot to cover. So there's that area. Let's see if I can get that sunshade off or something. Really nice area. Over here, look at this area. I'm just gonna walk by and kind of talk about anything I see. It's starting to lean there a little. These ones are two huge ones. A few three small ones over here. Really nice area. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Amazing area. All right. And back here, this one is usually buried with snow. up to the top of the rail there all year, and it comes back really nice. This here one, look at that. Perfect shape on that one. Along with these over here. And then these three, which are the most forgot about area, but they are getting bigger, guys, big time bigger. They used to be really small things, and I've noticed in the past couple of years they're getting pretty large. They've got quite a bit of bloom set. They're really nice ones. But they're in the back. You kind of forget about them that they're here. Particularly these three, but they put on a show, you guys. They're amazing ones. So yeah, I think that covers everything with the area today. A quick 10 minutes. So yeah, we will see you guys in the next one. I gotta upload all these tonight. And I don't know if you noticed on that lilac, there's an odd space there too. Kind of crazy. But they have put on a show this year. I am impressed with them lilacs. All of them over town, and that one specifically, especially. They all put on a show. So, but we're gonna see what's going on with that space and what these plants do after those things fall. I'll keep you updated on that one this summer, because it is definitely odd how they drooped. But I think it's just so much load put into all those blooms. So we'll see what happens through the summer.